Hey everybody, Cinema Squad viewers, CC Productions viewers, whatever, wherever you're watching this. Uh, well, today I had day off of school, so I decided I needed to do something to fill the gap in my time. So I downloaded and watched Pulp Fiction off iTunes. And I've never seen a Quentin Tarantino movie. And everybody says, oh yeah, well, Quentin Tarantino's awesome. I've heard that from so many people. Didn't quite understand the hype. So, watched the movie. And, sitting there, kind of picks up from a place that really was kind of out of the blue in a restaurant with two robbers. And I was trying to figure that all out, and then I figured, well, maybe they just decided to drop this whole scene off from the rest of the movie, but at the end, I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen it, but at the end, it's pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, I would say just watch it just for that. But the whole movie, if I could just define how it is completely done and how everything goes together, is basically just like outrageous dialogues connected to violence and action. And that is how the entire movie carries itself from beginning to end. It's completely outrageous dialogue to gratuitous violence or just action sequences or whatever. And that's how the whole movie is carried from beginning to end. I mean, it pretty much follows that sequence to the T throughout the entire movie. And he could pull it off. Quentin Tarantino could pull it off. But I gotta tell you, while watching this movie, I figured, I might need to take a break from this. I don't know if I could sit here and watch this for 2 hours. Sitting there and having the same system of things going on and then beginning, and then it was, I don't know, I sat there, figured, okay, well, I guess I could take a break, but I didn't. I sat there, watched the whole movie, 2 hours and 15 minutes of it, or whatever it was, I don't remember. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I figured, this is, it's pretty good, pretty excited, but it's not going to be it's not the best thing I've ever watched. I mean, it bores me, and then excites me, and then bores me, and excites me. I mean, the dialogue's cool, but it's not like it's fun or anything. I guess it's kind of fun. The dialogue's pretty weird. It's just random stuff that you could they lay on top of violence. I'll tell you this. In the movie, probably the most random dialogue to violence scenario is when John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, and this other random guy are in the car. And they're arguing about divine interference or whatever, stuff about that. And then John Travolta turns to the guy in the back seat and he goes, what do you think about it? And then just accidentally shoots the guy in the face. He's it's just this most random thing. They're talking about this random stuff and then just shoots the guy by accident. And I'm just what? I don't really. And it's just stuff like that throughout the entire movie. They're talking about cheeseburgers, all kinds of stuff like that. And then boom, you get shot in the face. It's pretty weird, but it's kind of funny. And I laughed. No, not really laughed, but chuckled at some of the stuff they had in there because it was just kind of funny. And yeah, and it's not really it follows much of. I mean, it follows a plot line, but it doesn't flow like your average movie. It's divided into chapters that kind of focus on certain characters. Is at least what I've picked from it. And, most of your main characters, you got Bruce Willis, you got John Travolta, you got Samuel L. Jackson. And they mostly follow, Bruce Willis and John Travolta throughout the entire movie. And it just kind of divides certain storylines with chapters in between the entire movie. It kind of follows a plot line, but kind of, it flows from beginning to end and then back to kind of the beginning. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. And at the end, I saw there was 15 minutes left in the movie, and then they said, okay, we're going to go eat breakfast. I thought, well, where could we be ending this at? We're going to eat breakfast. There's 15 minutes left in the movie. What could possibly go wrong? And then I realized they're in the same diner from the beginning of the movie. I really don't want to go any farther than that, but I will just tell you that after sitting through that entire movie and then having it end, that's the moment when you finally appreciate the entire movie. Because you sit there, you get kind of tortured in some sequences, waiting for things to happen. But at the end, at the end of the movie, that's when you finally appreciate the fact that you watched from beginning to end. And I think that's what made the whole movie worthwhile to me. If it hadn't had an ending sequence like that, I don't know if I really would have enjoyed it. But that's what I have to say about that. If you really want to see it, go rent it or buy it or however you use to get your movies. Well, thanks for watching this. I'm Colby with CinemaSquad.com and YouTube.com/CinemaSquad. You can check those out. But until next time, I'm Colby.